Hello trader, welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We are approaching the first and last week of the month at the same time, and this is gonna be potentially very volatile week. As if we look at the calendar, we can see that at the end of the week, that means that in the beginning of the month there will be NFP. So this week we will cover that NFP as well. And if we look at also the other instruments such as the JPY, and most of them looks heavy with the schedule, so that could bring a lot of volatility in the market. So therefore we can expect a very good move on all of these instruments that we can see on the list, including XAU-USD, which is called GBP-JPY, Euro dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar CAD, dollar yen, as well as GBP-JPY. I'll be doing a complete multi-time frame analysis to see at what level we can look for trading opportunity in the upcoming week. Either you are a day trader or a swing trader, I believe that traders, you will have something from here that you can take on to see what kind of opportunity may arise in the upcoming week. So before I begin this full analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, and also join the free Telegram channel link below this video for promotions as well as updates that we are posting every single day. Okay, today, so let's first begin with DXY, as DXY may give us clear direction of most of the USD pairs that you can see on the list, and then we'll jump on one by one to see how we can find specifically on those instruments. Now looking at DXY, I will begin with the highest time frame, looking at the monthly chart to see overall picture in the market. Now looking at the monthly on DXY, this is almost end of the month, and we can see that this month, after back-to-back 3 months of drop to the monthly support, DXY managed to bounce back to the upside. If we look at the overall historical picture on DXY, we can see that a bigger picture, historically, it's a bull market. We saw that quite a few months of consolidation in that area. And this month, we can see that the market has breakout from a very important support level. If we look at the past 3 months, we can see that it has crossed this important monthly support here, support here, support here, that in the past we saw that the market has got a rejection. But in the past 3 months, we can see the market has broken that level completely, candle close below, and then immediately has got a rejection, which might give now DXY a new momentum for break of this potentially this resistance line. Therefore, long-term picture in the upcoming month and week, we can expect DXY to remain bullish. Dropping down to the weekly chart, we can see that from the weekly, we can spot this reversal pattern here, a complete breakout. And this is the, as I mentioned, this is the last and first week mixed together. We might see that this week, the price is approaching that resistance line, as we saw that in the past from this level where there was a strong bearish engulf around the weekly, there was a huge drop to the support level, which have seen that monthly level the market has tested. And as you can see, the market from this level has got a straight back to the upside. Therefore, we may see the price is hitting that resistance line, as there is a huge liquidity in that area. So dropping down to the daily, we can see that from the daily, the trend is clear. There was a clear uptrend, narrow to doji formation on the daily, and every day the market is forming series of higher low in that zone. We have seen that from the daily perspective here, this is the daily bullish engulfer. After a break of structure on the daily, we saw the market manage to bounce. Now, last day of trading week also, we have seen that there was another break of structure, and the market again managed to bounce back up on the last day, which is maintaining still the uptrending market structure. Now, what I think that in the upcoming week, there are two possible scenarios. One is for the market to manage to bounce back respecting this daily candle to the upside to break this high. Another probability is for the market to drop again to this support level here and then to bounce back to the upside again to approach that resistance line. If we look at the intraday time frame, we can see the market structure is highly bullish. Therefore, the bias could be to the upside even in the beginning. So based on that price action confirmation, we can look for entry opportunity. What I think that with the NFP, we might see something this kind of wave or continuation to the upside. Therefore, the bias on DXY may remain bullish in the upcoming week. So based on that, let's look at GBPUSD, starting with that one on the monthly chart. We can see that from the monthly, after back-to-back 3 months of bullish move on GBPUSD, this month from this resistance line, the price managed to drop towards the downside. This is the monthly candle so far, and we can expect on British Pound US Dollar now to continue to drop as we are expecting DXY to continue to rise. Therefore, on British Pound US Dollar, what we can expect for this market to continue to drop, and I think that as you can see, the market already candle below this monthly low, and we may see that the price is coming back to this support level here from the monthly time frame. If we look at the weekly perspective on British Pound US Dollar, we can see that from the weekly, from this resistance line, back to back 4 weeks, the market was in a downtrend, and this is a long-term bullish market. As we have seen, the market managed to break from that structure. It's already below this significant level of support on the weekly, and I think that in the upcoming week, the price may remain downside at least to this support level. As we have seen already, the market has broken the swing low, and we may see the price again coming back to this support. As we have seen from here, there was a bounce, the market has broken the swing low. We may see the price need further liquidity from this support before moving back to the upside. If we drop down to the daily, we can see that downtrending market structure on the daily time frame as well. We have seen that after formation of this daily doji, the market managed to break, and then it was moving in this descending channel for extended period of time, and currently the market in that channel, which is a bearish price action. And in this kind of channel, as the market was forming series of lower high, we can expect this market to break below from the channel, and that might lead that price back to this the weekly support before moving back up or dropping down further. Therefore, on GBPUSD from the daily as well, we can expect further downside in this upcoming week. So looking at the intraday perspective on British Pound US Dollar, we saw that there was a breakup structure here. Also, we have seen an upside bias. The price reached that resistance line of this channel, and currently from that resistance, GBPUSD started to drop down, expecting British Pound US Dollar to come up for pullback on the lower time frame. And what I think that from that level, the market may remain bearish, and any upside pullback can give us potential selling opportunity on British Pound US Dollar. Let's look at AUD USD. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have on AUD USD. Looking at again on the monthly chart, we can see that this market as well, from the monthly, after 2 months of bounce to the resistance, the price started to drop. This is the monthly candle. We can see that it's a full body red candle, which having huge volume in it, and as it has a very strong breakdown, we may see that AUD USD is now coming back to the support level for long-term picture. Dropping down to the weekly chart, we can see that from the weekly, back-to-back 4 weeks of bearish move, and what we can see that there was a big drop here followed by every week the market is forming series of lower high in that area. And with that series of lower high formation on AUD USD, there was we can see this is the weekly long wick candle, and in that area there is a huge imbalance in the market. And with that imbalance, what we may see that on AUD USD, after initial pullback for the market to drop again to the support level. Now, if we drop down to the daily chart on AUD USD, like euro dollar and GBP USD, we see that this market also bearish. And what we can see that on AUD USD is highly bearish than even euro dollar and GBP USD. We see that there is a stronger downtrend in that market. So if we look at this channel as well, we can see that this is the channel. The market was forming series of lower high and lower low. And we see the price was trading below 10 EMA, which is a sign of very strong downtrend. Therefore, we can expect on AUD USD to break below this level to create a new lower low. So therefore, any pullback on the lower time frame, if we look at the 4-hour perspective, we can see the market was respecting this resistance. Whenever the bulls trying to bounce, the bears pushing that price down with a stronger momentum. And what I think that here we might see a potentially a head and shoulder formation, and then to continue to drop in that direction. So this could be a zone that we can look for potential trading opportunity on AUD USD. Now let's look at euro dollar. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have. Looking at the monthly chart on euro dollar, we can see that like AUD USD and GBP USD euro dollar also in a currently downtrend. Now if we look at the overall picture, again we see that after back-to-back 3 months of bullish move on euro dollar, the bulls failed to create a new higher high from this resistance line. There was a strong breakdown. As if we closely look at, we see that this uptrend is not continuing anymore in this month, and as we see there was a significant breakdown on the monthly. The price is almost below 61.8% Fibonacci. If we take the Fibonacci for this move, we can see that the price is almost below we can see that 78.6% Fibonacci level. So therefore, we can consider it as a breakdown and not a pullback for this move. Therefore, we may see that the price ultimately heading to that monthly support level in this market. So if we drop down to the weekly, there we can see that from the weekly, after forming the reversal pattern here, the market managed to break below and the price is highly bearish. What is going down is likely to go down. So therefore, on euro dollar this week as well, we can expect downside momentum, and this is the previous weekly support here on euro dollar, expecting for the market to retest and then to continue to drop. As there is a gap open, there is a high liquidity, we may see that from the weekly either testing this support or even dropping further for another lower low formation. If we drop down to the daily chart on euro dollar, we can see that from the daily also this is highly bearish. We can see every single day the market was forming series of lower high, maintaining a very strong downtrend. And in this downtrend on the daily, we see a few green candles. Whenever the bulls bouncing that market, even the price before reaching the 10 EMA getting a rejection, so which is a sign that this market in a very strong downtrend. And what as it is a very strong downtrend, we may see the market coming to break any of this support or even creating a new lower low. So from the daily as well, we see a strong downward pressure on euro dollar. Now there was a breakout here. We saw that on euro dollar it didn't reach much, and if we look at this trend line from the intraday perspective, we can see the market has broken from that structure, which is potentially a false breakout, and therefore we see the market returning back in the major direction of the trend. And this week we can expect euro dollar to remain bearish. Therefore, any pullback to form this potential head and shoulder in that area can give us potential selling opportunity on euro dollar. Now let's look at dollar CAD and let's see what kind of opportunity we have. Looking at the monthly chart on dollar CAD, we can see that from the monthly also dollar CAD bullish at the moment. If we look at the monthly overall picture, we saw that there was a pole here and quite a few months of consolidation in this area, which form a cup and handle pattern. And from that pattern, we see that the market forming series of higher low, breaking out of that structure. This is a resistance line on dollar CAD. And if we look at the previous month, this is the current monthly candle, which is basically above all this resistance line, and we may see that this price is breaking above to create a new higher high on USD CAD. And this is almost at the end of the month, and we might see a new monthly opening with the NFP. And I think that this move may continue to rise to create a new higher high. As we saw that from the monthly, there was a breakdown here, and that breakdown basically was a potential false breakdown. That's why we saw that after forming a series of higher low, the market managed to bounce. Now, if we look at the weekly perspective on dollar CAD, we can see that from the weekly, this is the back-to-back 4 weeks bull move. There is a weekly bullish, another bullish engulfer, followed by another bullish. Now, this week also candle closed with a strong bullish price action, expecting dollar CAD to remain bullish. As we see that the market is approaching that resistance line, we can expect for the market to go up and to create a new higher high. Dropping down to the daily on USD CAD, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily impulse here, a pretty strong impulse, followed by we can see that pullback, back-to-back 2 days of pullback. And whenever the market is moving, any pullback with a narrow, even we see the market is reacting to the upside again. If we look at this whole move, we see only narrow 3 red candles. All of them are stronger green candles, which is a sign that the bulls are very strong in this market, and we can expect for dollar CAD to remain bullish to create a new higher high. Now, if we look at the 4-hour time frame on dollar CAD, we can see that in this lower time frame, whenever we saw that break of structure from that inverted head and shoulder breakout again, and we saw multiple times the bears tried to break that structure, but we see that after the break of structure, the bulls come in the market and getting a rejection. Therefore, we can see with the news, there is a strong reaction to the upside. And what I think that in the upcoming week, any pullback, even breaking this low, can give us potential bullish trading opportunity on dollar CAD. Now let's look at XAUUSD. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have. Past week we saw that there was a quite dramatic movement in this instrument, and this week we can see enhanced volatility as the market started to again move in the major direction of the trend. I will be starting with the monthly chart to see overall picture. Now, from the historical perspective on gold is bullish. If we look at the overall picture, we saw that with this monthly inverted head and shoulder, the market managed to bounce, and we have seen that narrow pullback. And again, it is in another impulsive phase on the monthly perspective. Now, previous month, we saw that there was a monthly candle, which is a healthy body with a comparatively smaller wick at the top. And with that monthly movement, this month, we can see the market managed to break to the upside. The candle is almost closing above, and we can expect for this market to remain bullish to create a new higher high. If we look at the weekly chart on XAUUSD, we can see that from the weekly, there is a pattern here that we can look at, starting with this inverted head and shoulder, complete breakout, and we see that the more week passing, the consolidation getting smaller. Now, we saw there was 3 weeks of consolidation and then expansion, another 3 weeks of consolidation, 2 weeks, and therefore, with the progression, the bulls getting stronger and stronger. And therefore, this week as well, we can expect potential upside. Let's look at, narrow down to the past week's candlestick pattern. We see that after this full body bullish engulfer, this week the market formed a candle that has weak on both sides. So it represents that there was a huge bounce and the market slowed down and has come for a pullback, grab liquidity, has taken the rest, and we might see that in this upcoming week another bounce to the upside. So therefore this week as well on XAUUSD can expect an upside bias. Now dropping down to the daily, from the daily we see a little broken picture here. If we narrow down here, we can see that after this daily inverted head and shoulder complete breakout, there was a pullback here, which is also a consolidation pattern. And last 2 days we saw after this green candle formation, the market has reached that support on the daily, managed to break out with a stronger bullish candle. As this market not being able to break below, there was a strong bullish pressure here. What I think that this week we may see that on XAUUSD to remain bullish, and with that bullish move expecting it to go up and then to create a new higher high. If we look at the 4-hour time frame here on gold, we can see that last 3 sessions past week was pretty strongly volatile. After this unusual breakdown, which is a pure liquidity gap, as we can see that after break of this support level, the market again has made another bounce and it formed again series of higher low from this support level, managed to revert back to the upside. Currently the market in a zone where we might see this one as an inverted at head and shoulder here or any kind of reversal pattern, and the price may continue to rise in this first move, expecting XAUUSD to cross 2758 or even to create a new higher high in the upcoming week. Now 1-hour chart on gold, to see a little clearer picture, we can see that this market also maintaining that bullish market structure in this lower time frame. So therefore this is a very strong uptrend. In any pullback from that level can give us potential entry opportunity in this upcoming week. So as soon as we will find suitable entry on XAUUSD, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at EN pairs. Let's see what kind of opportunities, starting with the GBP JPY, looking at the monthly chart to see overall picture. Now GBP JPY, we can see that this is a long-term bull market on GJ. What we can see here in this area, there is a bounce here, and we saw from the monthly a consolidation, a break from that structure, and then the market, we can see that there is another breakout here on GJ. From this resistance line on GBP JPY, we can see the price currently approaching that support level here, and from that support we can see that there was a huge breakout on GJ with a long wick doji followed by another doji formation. And what we can see here, this is the monthly candle, and the price managed to break out from that monthly candlestick pattern, expecting for the price to remain bullish to create a new higher high on GBP JPY. Now if we look at the weekly chart on GJ, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action here on GBP JPY, and there was a breakdown here on the weekly that we have seen on GJ, complete red breakdown to the support level from this long wick doji, and we have seen that pullback. The market is still maintaining bullish price action as we expected, and therefore on GJ we can expect for the market now to remain bullish, and I think that long-term picture, the price might go ahead and even create a new higher high from the long-term picture. Now if we look at the daily chart on GJ, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is where there was a breakup structure from double bottom breakout, and this is the daily structure which maintaining a strong uptrending market structure on GBP JPY. And what we can see here, this is a daily bullish engulfer. Last day of trading week, we saw the market has crossed this low, grab that liquidity, and then we can see it is forming another bullish engulfer. Last day of trading week, the candle closed with, if we look at, we can see it crossed the previous daily candles opening and closing. Past that, closed as a bullish engulfer, expecting it to remain bullish create a new higher high. This is the resistance line next, and what I think that GJ may maintain that bullish market structure, and we could see that ultimately the price is heading to any of these important liquidity zone. From the 4-hour perspective on GBPJPY, we can see that there is also a very strong bullish market structure. From the intraday, we see after this consolidation pattern, the market managed to break out with a strong pull, and it has come for a pullback. The structure looks like that we might see another bullish impulse in that market. So any pullback in that area can give us potential entry, as this is the daily support, expecting for the market to respect that support and then to continue to move back up, as this week gonna be yen very volatile. Now let's look at dollar yen. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have on dollar yen. Looking at the bigger picture, looking at the monthly chart on dollar yen, we can see that from the monthly, this is the monthly impulse on dollar yen. Now dollar yen also might get very volatile, as we see quite a few high impact news on yen and also dollar with the NFP. Let's look at this first of all monthly perspective to see overall picture. Now from the monthly, we can see that dollar yen is bull market. Historically, we can see that with this narrow consolidation, there was a huge breakout. The increased volatility, the market is maintaining series of higher high and higher low, which is an uptrending market. And past 3 months, we saw the dollar yen had an unusual breakdown, which in fact has given new momentum in this instrument to go ahead and to create a new higher high, as it is a long-term bull market. This breakdown was completely opposite direction of the trend, which in fact has broken significant swing low and candle closed above. Now this month we see that bullish move, and we may see that the price is remaining bullish for long term. Now looking at the weekly chart on dollar yen, we can see that from the weekly, this is a bullish engulfer on the weekly, back to back 2 weeks of doji formation, and we see that there is another weekly candle, and we may see that the price is remaining bullish to the upside to create a new higher high. We see there is an important level of resistance here, expecting dollar yen to move back up to create a new higher high. If we look at the daily chart on dollar yen, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily impulse here. We can see there was a huge breakout on the daily, and if we look at the, we see there was also a strong liquidity flow in that area. We see there was a bullish engulfer on the daily, and we can see the market here is, this is a bullish channel on the daily time frame. There was a strong bullish engulfer here across that low, and then close as a bullish engulfer, expecting on dollar yen to remain bullish to create a new higher high. Now last day of trading week, we saw that after break of this low, the market managed to bounce again, and I think that as it is a long-term bull market, we may see that the price is remaining bullish for bigger picture perspective. Now from the 4-hour time frame on dollar yen, we see that the market after this pull, we saw that pullback, and the price didn't reach there. Instead, we saw that multiple liquidity gap in that area, and it's now breaking to the upside to create a new higher high. So therefore, any pullback in that area on dollar yen, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Traders, I believe that you enjoyed this weekly Forex forecast. If you enjoy, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for more updated free education like this. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.